Now, some of you may not know what Cinco de Mayo is, why it's a holiday. It's one of Mexico's celebrations of independence. It isn't Mexico's official Independence Day, though. That's 16 de septiembre, from the War of Independence against the Spanish. Cinco de Mayo commemorates the victory of the Mexican army over the French at the First Battle of Puebla in 1862. The battle was a surprising victory for the Mexicans. Pundits of the day were shocked, expecting the Mexican rabble to be no match for the trained, disciplined armies of France. It was not the final battle against the French, and the French defeated the Mexicans in the Second Battle of Puebla the next year. But the victory at Puebla was an inspiration during the struggle against French rule, just as the Battle of the Alamo had been an inspiration to those Texians struggling against the rule of Mexico a quarter century earlier, and it was a defeat. Puebla was one step on Mexico's long journey towards freedom and democracy. But the ongoing Mexican resistance frustrated Napoleon III's intention of building a new Mexican empire governed by the Habsburg Maximilian and his wife Carlotta to act as counterbalance to the growing assertion of the USA across the Western Hemisphere. It was important for the U.S., too. During the American Civil War, for much of Europe, sympathies lay with the Confederacy, not the North. For the factories and foundries of Europe, the South was a supplier and a customer. The North was a competitor. Had France retained sure possession of Mexico, the Mexican-Texas border would likely have been an important supply line to the South during the U.S. Civil War, from the manufacturing base of Europe, birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. And it was precisely this industrial base that the South lacked. While the North could blockade the ports of the South, like Charleston and New Orleans, to prevent supplies reaching the Confederacy, it could not have interfered in the internal commerce of a giant French colony without invoking war with France, and probably Great Britain and Spain as well, under the Treaty of London of 1861. Or maybe not. England and Spain were already miffed with Napoleon III by the time of the Battle of Puebla. But it would invoke a dual-front world war that the little U.S. Union could not have hoped to win. It was, during much of the war, even with its heavy industry, having enough trouble just licking the South. No. The American Civil War was not decided at Puebla, but its course was influenced and perhaps altered by the Mexican resistance.